Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're a little bit on cloud nine right now because we had the most fun morning. We actually got to interview the iconic Mary Cosby from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and it went better than we ever could have imagined. Ricky had her cutting up the whole time, laughing her ass off. So she made Mary laugh, which was amazing. I mean, she made us laugh. The whole thing was so funny. So we can't wait. Yeah, we can't wait to show you guys that. Our Mary interview will be out next time. And yeah, it was a fun morning. We've had a good week of Housewives interviews. So it's totally getting me excited for BravoCon. So.
Yes. I can't wait to reconnect with Mary at BravoCon and see if she remembers us. I think of all the interviews we've ever done, this was probably the one that I was most nervous about, and it ended up being the best one. So it was a lot.
Yes. She's exactly how she is on TV. She's so sweet. So we can't wait for you guys to see it. And we're also going to recap The Real Housewives of Potomac season 10 episode 5 as well. But before we get into that, we got a lot of breaking news for our receipt report. If you listened to our episode earlier this week, you know we broke a couple of the Perfect Match season 4 cast members. So we told you about Allie Luber from Vanderpump Rules is going to be on it. I think that was actually the only one we mentioned because the other ones we were not so sure about. So the full Perfect Match season 4 cast list is out now. It just wrapped filming. Have you seen it yet, or you want me to tell you
I
who's on
haven't seen it. Tell me, give me the tea.
Okay, so it's actually Reality TV Fan on Instagram that posted it. They usually get all the casting tea. So they almost had it right, 99.9% right. But
Okay.
from our sources, who are 100% correct, they say, Freddie is not on the cast, sadly. He was listed on this list, but not going to be seeing Freddie on this show. I did hear another beach show, though. So we will see him, just not on this show.
Beach show means shirt is off. I'm here for it. You guys know I love me some Freddie.
Yes, disappointed that he's not with Ricky because that's really where he should be.
Yeah.
And then we did interview Sophie from Love is Blind UK. She said they had a little dinner date, and so I was sad because she's on this show. So I thought that would be cool to see them together. We also announced that he was dating Jessica Lord, the actress that dated Matt Rife, but I guess that never went anywhere because he's going to be filming something. He's not filmed it yet, but it's coming up. So no Perfect Match for Freddie, though, sadly.
Okay, I think that's a good move, though, for him. Like, the fact that he was already on the last season, he kind of got a really good Golden Boy edit. It's also weird when you come back for season 3. Like, I know we don't ever want to see the same people. Like, when Dom came back for season 2, it was like, again, he had such a Golden Boy edit on season 1, and then he came back for season 2 and literally got annihilated online. It's like you should have just stayed in your lane. So I think that's a really great move for Freddie to not do Perfect Match. Actually, when I seen him or heard that he was on Perfect Match 4, I was like, come on, Freddie. So yeah, it's good to know that my boo's got some sense.
I agree. It went so well for him the first time. Like, he wasn't even shown that much, and him and Madison ended it together, and then they couldn't make that relationship work. So I agree. There's not much else to see from Freddie on that show, right? Like, he found someone, but then they didn't make it work after the show. So I'll be interested to see him on something a little different.
Same.
The rest of the cast, we have Yaman. Do you remember him from Temptation Island?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he was also on Love Island way back, like Love Island USA season 1, I think. Now this one is funny. Jimmy from Love is Blind season 6, you know, EpiPen.
Mr. Hair Transplant.
Oh yeah, it was EpiPen.
Yeah, it was EpiPen. Yeah.
He was EpiPen and he was Megan Fox. Damn, okay. Maybe Jimmy will bring something interesting because he really was a large part of Love is Blind season 6. So yeah, he's got hair transplant now. We had some tea that he did cheat on his ex-girlfriend, allegedly, from someone in RDMs, which we didn't really think that was big story because it wasn't a girl from the show. But now that he's going on TV again, the
Yeah.
exes like to pop back out. So we
Yeah.
might get more of that story because she was
Yeah.
gorgeous. This girl he
Mm.
was with,
Mm.
way out of his league, and he
Way,
cheated. So
way out of his league.
surprise to no one. Sorry, Jimmy, if you're listening. Nothing wrong with Jimmy, but this girl was like a baddie. So
I hope he gives us something good because I can also see the other side of it where he could come off a little boring. So I hope he brings it.
yeah, there's nothing about him on Love Is Blind that gives like perfect match entertainment to me,
Mm-mm.
but
No, same. I
no.
would have I would have casted Chelsea instead because she was so
Yeah,
chaotic. Like it was so entertaining, and I think that that's what made Jimmy's storyline so good was Chelsea and the
true.
Jessica of it all, not really the Jimmy of it all.
You're right. He didn't even say any of the iconic lines. He was
He
just the
didn't.
receiver of
Yes.
the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. He gave us nothing. Chelsea, come on. Chelsea, come on,
Yeah,
Megan Fox.
right? Yeah, hopefully he gives us something. Also Hashim from Temptation Island, you did a live with him, right?
I did a live with him, and you know what? He was really trying to get perfect match real bad. So I'm happy for him. Like I think in every live he was like, "Do you want to see me on perfect match? You want to see me on perfect match?" I think he's perfect for perfect match because he is very good looking. And you
Yeah.
know what? I do follow him on socials, and now it makes sense. Like he has been in the gym hard. He's been preparing for this moment. Waited his whole life for this. So I hope he gets the moment because he's perfect for the show. He's tall, he's handsome, like he's fine, like I hope he gets some airtime. I hope he makes some matches. On Temptation Island, we didn't get to see a lot of his personality. A lot of people said
Mhm.
he was a little boring, and he attested that to his partner being boring or not getting airtime. But I will say, just from watching his past interviews and doing a live with him, I've done a few lives with him. He is a little boring. You know, I'm not a fake bitch. Like I will say it. Like I'm not boring's not the word. Mellow. Like he's very
Yeah.
mellow. He's very like he's very like cool, calm, and collected. So I think if he can bring more of that fun personality out, he's gonna do fantastic on the show. He's gonna be a hot commodity. Bitches gonna be snatching him up left and right.
Well, I'm excited to see him. Didn't you have like a little crush on him or no? We just thought he was hot.
Yeah, no, I thought he was fine. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's the extent of my crush. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me
Like
thinking
he looks
someone's
good.
fine. Like he looks
Yeah.
good, right? Like not like, oh, someone I would like actually date, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just like you look good as hell.
Yeah.
Like good for you, sir. Like I love that for you. And he did kind of share with me on one of my lives that he had a friendship with Bree, with our girl
Oh,
Bree. Yeah, which
love
is
our girl Brie.
yes,
Brie is on.
yes. So maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we love Brie. Brie is also on the show. We interviewed Brie right after she did Battle Camp. Interestingly enough, Brie on our interview spilled a ton of tea about her ex Dimari that she was on Too Hot to Handle with, and now he is on the show too. So I like that they're
Oh,
bringing that ex element in.
yes,
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 that was very
yes.
spicy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there is any other exes. We'll get to the rest of the cast, but I don't see any other exes. So Bree and Damari are really the X factor of this season, which I think is a mistake. I think it should all be exes. I liked that, but
Or at least a
maybe
few.
next
It
time.
really brings in some drama. And I think that they should, and I don't, I obviously don't know when Brie comes in or when Jamari comes in, but I think like for the exes, they should make them both OGs so that they're both there from the jump.
Hmm.
They're there from the start. They have to see each other in different relationships, and they can't try and get the other one booted out or not in the house,
Yes.
like because we see that happen on the perfect match a lot. So hopefully they've been listening and taking some of our tips.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because whatever X is an OG is just going to screw over the non OG
Yep.
one, right? So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, I hope that they have them both in there from the start. That would be good. There's also Danny from Temptation Island. Do you remember? I think he was one of the younger guys, like Danny and Logan. Remember the two that like Ashley was kind of
Oh,
talking
yeah.
to? He had
Yeah.
the mustache and the curly
Yes.
hair.
And people
Yeah,
loved
he's
him.
cute.
People loved
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
he's cute. He's young. He'll be fun.
Mhm.
There's also Weston from Love Island, USA. I have never seen this man in my life, and I've watched every season, so
Okay. Do you
it's
have a picture of
definitely.
him? You want to show me a picture?
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
have his
Oh,
picture
yeah,
showed
because you
up?
watched too, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I would remember.
Which
Okay,
Love Island USA? Oh, girl. Yeah, no.
don't mind my sad little painted nails, but I don't recognize Do you?
No, I don't recognize him.
I should have got my nails done for the first time before BravoCon, but that boat has sailed because it's like 6 days away now.
You still have time, Ashley. You still have time. I'm
I
gonna bring my gel action manicure machine. I'm gonna bring some press-ons.
You should, yes, maybe I should try that because like you're
I'm
gonna have to
gonna
hold
bring
the
I'm
tiny mic
gonna bring
because
I'm gonna bring some press-ons for you. Don't you worry.
yeah, I need something. You're not gonna hang out with me with my chip nails.
I will. I will. I love you. I love you amongst all your flaws. It's okay. I love you, even if you have chip nails.
Half my eyelashes, no nails. Yeah, I
Don't
can't
worry.
even.
No, easy fix. Look, I'm gonna bring you strip lashes, and I'm gonna bring you press-ons. I got you, girl. Don't you worry.
Okay, now that I see this picture of him, I do recognize him. Couldn't tell you what season he's from, but I don't know what you're gonna think about this picture, but this is Weston, so
Okay. Yeah, I don't he doesn't look familiar to me. If you guys know what season Weston's from, let us know in the comments and also drop some Weston lore if there is any.
yeah, all yeah. Oh, maybe he was on season 1. I think that's what it says here.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the first season, so I mean, we're at what,
Okay.
8 now,
Yeah.
so that makes
Okay.
sense that nobody remembers him, but
Okay.
hopefully they must have cast him for a reason. Hopefully he'll bring the drama or something. So
Yeah.
okay, who's next? We've got Dave from Married at First Sight Australia. That's random as hell. So he's
Okay.
got
All right.
neck tattoos.
Okay. All
Cute,
right, Dave.
cute. So, all right, Dave. We also have Nick from Million Dollar Secret, which not from the one we've watched. So that means another $1 Million Secret's coming, which I did hear, and it will air before Perfect Match. I did hear this Perfect Match is coming out sooner than last time. So
Okay.
I would think we'll probably get $1 Million Secret like January-ish again, and then
Okay.
maybe this we'll get in like hopefully spring. But
Okay.
so I don't know if you want to see his picture, but
Nah, I'll see him on
okay.
$1 Million Secret. I don't
I'll
want to
share
see.
this. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
share this in our Instagram story if you want to come check out the pictures. But yeah, some of these people are not known at all, so you won't even know who they are when you see their picture because
Okay.
the next one is called Jimmy S, and he is actually not from a show. So for the first time, they're just gonna have an influencer who's not been on a show before. Interestingly enough,
The
so
fuck? Huh?
I know.
What? The
Yeah,
fuck? So
never.
what? He's
Yeah,
just an influencer? Like, how many followers does he have? Like, what's his tea?
it doesn't say. It just says Jimmy S on this. So if I put in, I could search Jimmy S, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh yeah, I found him. He has 250,000, and he looks like this. Can you see him?
Okay, so now Perfect Match, anybody could just go on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what we want. Like, what? The point of
No.
Perfect Match is to have people that, like, you kind of want to see again. Like, you want to know what the hell they're doing. I might as well go on Perfect Match. If that's the damn case, imagine they put me on Perfect Match with all of the people I talk shit about.
Now that's a show.
That's a show. I'll be kicked out of the first day, by the way.
I totally agree. I find that very strange that this is just what I've been told. He was not on a show from a good source, but maybe this source didn't know what he's on. But usually they will just say, like, my show's not out yet. It's not really a secret. So this is what I've been told. He's never been on a show. He's got basketball. It says he's a basketball and a coffee sipper, and that's it. So I
I'm
don't get
coffee
it.
sipper. I
Maybe
love coffee.
maybe maybe they're now just like letting people pay to go on the show. Maybe Netflix will need money. I don't
Maybe
know.
they're trying to, like, stretch their budget. They have some people that aren't charging to go on. They're just kind of doing it for free or
Oh,
exposure.
you know what? That was his Instagram. What I bet you he has like a million followers or
Millions of
something.
on
You
TikTok.
And you know what? I wonder if they're just trying to take a page out of Love Island's book when they put Ace on with his came with a big following, right? I guess what they're thinking is that brings a built-in audience. I don't necessarily know that that's true. Just because you have a lot of fans on TikTok doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have. Oh, yeah, he's got 1.5 on TikTok. So that
Okay.
makes sense. Okay, I was
That's
like,
where they got
why
him.
are
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
guess
okay,
they're
I guess I
thinking.
can't go on Perfect Match.
You're getting there. You're getting there. But his username is Jimmy Sotos, if you want to know. But yeah, I'm guessing they're just trying to bring someone in that already has an audience. So it's smart, I guess. I don't know. Do you feel like Ace brought a lot of viewers to Love Island, or Because I almost feel
No.
like we're gonna watch Love Island regardless, and if the
Yeah.
person has followers, it almost is a detriment to the point where we feel like Ace got all that heat and suspiciousness because he seemed like a producer plant or something because he already had a following, right?
100%.
It
100%.
but maybe they know on the show no one's genuine and they don't care. So
They don't care. Yeah, but
next,
Love Island's definitely a whole different ball game. I think after the season with Serena and Janae, it's just going to blow up regardless. Every season moving forward, it picked up such a massive fan base that no matter what, that show's going to be
mhm.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah,
And one
I
of my
agree.
good friends is applying to be on the next season. So if she gets on, we'll get some real exclusive shit.
Yeah,
She made it
that
really
would be
far in
awesome.
the process last season, but she decided not to do it. And I'm like, bitch, you better go on that damn show.
That would be amazing. So
Yeah.
the only other guy is a guy named Chris from an unknown show. So
Okay.
I don't know where he's from. Maybe Million Dollar Secret. Also, there is another Temptation Island coming up, so maybe that. We'll see.
Okay. I like Temptation Island. It was messy.
Yes, there's definitely the girls are much more interesting. I would say more known. We've got
Okay.
Bree, and then we've got Cassie that was on Love Island season 5, season
Oh,
6.
okay. All right.
Yes.
It's a good one.
We love her. And then we already told you guys, but we've got Allie from Vanderpump Rules.
Mm.
We got Marissa from Love is Blind season 7. If you remember Marissa and Ramses.
And then that tea, we had some tea about that too, that she had allegedly
Yes.
ended her relationship to go on The Perfect Match. So,
Oh, her man gave a whole interview, which I pulled up today to some online newspaper thing, and I can't remember what his name is, but maybe we'll have to talk to him because he said basically they were together for 2 years. She was on a trip, sent him a bunch of voice notes that day saying like, I love you, I miss you, like can't wait to see you. Then like a couple hours later she got the call to come on Perfect Match, and she called him back and was like, that we're over. So after 2 years. So yeah,
oh,
I'm sure she will
damn.
describe it differently. This is his side of the story, but he felt blindsided and obviously heartbroken. And her
That's not,
boyfriend was very public. So I think that just proves right there that they don't care if people have girlfriends or boyfriends going on these shows. And I mean, as far as we know, they weren't together. He gave a public interview saying he got dumped. And so,
I mean, kudos to her for dumping him, because,
yeah.
because most people be like, okay, listen, I'm about to just go do this show real quick, and then I'm gonna be back. Like, don't trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think maybe he's clearly the kind of guy that's like not gonna go for that. He's gonna be like, bitch, please, like the fuck you are,
Unless
the fuck you are. Unless what?
unless this was their big plan, right? And she's like, okay, I want to go on the show for the money, for whatever. You give this interview that I dumped you, and then when I come back, we're together. So
Nah,
too
because it
calculated.
doesn't. No, it's too calculated, and it doesn't make her look good in the slightest. Actually, it makes her look awful. Makes her look like a clout chasing, you know,
Well, the only
person.
alternative is them staying together while she goes, so or her not doing it at all. But I don't think that was an option to her. She's
Yeah.
really wanting to get on TV again. So
Staying together while she did it is that's the that's the that's the recipe. That's what
yeah,
everyone
that's.
else does.
I'm sure half these people are in relationships, and I'm sure
or
we'll be bringing you all that tea.
or
So
they break up. They break up while they
mhm,
go on the show, and then they get back together after. So maybe there's still hope for them. But I don't think
true.
he'd be doing interviews if he was still interested. He's probably like, girl, bye.
And once the show's airing, we'll have more tea about what's been going on behind the scenes there. So we'll give you the whole rundown because I don't think I'll just say she was fully enjoying the experience is what we heard. So so not faking it is what I'm trying to say. So
Marissa?
yeah.
Well, we see. Marissa don't play, baby. Okay, because on her season of Love Is Blind, she was the one getting it cracking. She was the one talking about orgies, whatever. Marissa gonna have a time. Okay, so you know what? I actually think she's perfect for the perfect match. Like,
Yeah,
she's gonna
sure.
bring the fucking drama. So
Yes, I'm excited to watch. So the next person we have is Sophie from Love is Blind UK, another person we interviewed. Our Sophie interview came out when Love is Blind UK aired a couple months ago. If you don't know who we're talking about, you can go check it out. She was Definitely a
Spicy.
standout character of
Mhm.
that season. She
Mhm.
had a lot of drama. She didn't even get engaged, but she was still like more one of the
Spicy.
most talked about.
Yep.
Yes.
And spicy. I think that's good too. Mhm.
And then we have Catherine from Too Hot to Handle. I watched most of the Too Hot to Handles, but not the most recent one. I think it's the same one
Brie
that
was
Brie
on.
was on.
I think they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
beef. I think they have a beef. Is that who she was talking about in her
Yeah.
interview?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, I recognize this girl. Maybe I did watch that one. So if she was
Yeah.
on Breeze, then I did watch that one.
Yeah.
I think these pictures they picked are just not very good. So,
Okay.
but yeah, they have beef. That makes sense then. I think like why they're picking some of these people because I
Yeah.
wanted them to do all exes, but I guess they're trying to throw in some girl on girl drama
Girl, yeah,
too.
that's perfect. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. And then we have Kayla from Too Hot to Handle. I loved her season. Her and Seb,
Yes,
they
I
had a
watched
big
her
breakup
season. I watched her
that
season.
Micah was involved in that breakup, if you remember all that tea.
I do
That
remember
was
that.
before we had our podcast, so we didn't spill it on here, but there was a lot of tea. I'm sure we'll rehash all of it once the show's airing.
Yep.
Allison from Building the Band. I didn't watch that
I
one.
didn't watch that either.
We have Natalie from Temptation Island, so that will be good. She was I think
Which
she was
one's that?
the one that
Show me
was
her.
it Grant?
Oh, that's
Mm,
a good one. Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
a good
Can
one.
you see? You
Yeah,
see her?
yeah. Good, good, good,
Yeah.
good. Mhm.
Yeah. And then Mackenzie from Squid Game The Challenge, which I think we're going to cover. Let us know if you want us to do that when we get time this week. So I loved the first season, so I'm trying to get Ricky to watch it. Then it says unknown with a question mark, which
Me. No, just playing.
surprise, it's Ricky.
Surprise!
I
That's
forgot
so funny.
to find out who that would be. So we'll still have some surprises coming forward. So
Okay.
that is the whole Perfect Match season forecast. Any other tea that comes out, we will keep you in the loop about.
Okay.
Now you got some big Love is Blind news, right?
Yes, I have some Love is Blind news. So as we've said, like everybody from Love is Blind has been doing all of these podcasts, the Vile Files, Off the Vine. I haven't seen Chicks in the Office do any, and they usually do, right? But
Oh, yeah.
we get very cute answers, cute question, or AD's podcast. Those are kind of the four that everybody kind of gravitates to. But Anthony Gile, he is a TikToker, recapper, blogger, whatever you want to call him. He does exactly what we do. And he snagged one of the biggest interviews from somebody that we haven't heard from yet, which was Annie. No Madison, no everybody that's done a million interviews and keeps saying the same thing. When I tell you, I watched Off the Vine with Megan and shaded us or whatever, and just nothing new. This interview was so jam-packed with such good questions, such good information, brand new things that weren't asked at the reunion that people have been dying to know. It's so good. I highly recommend you guys watching it. It is up on his YouTube channel, Gile Slays. It's spelled
Mhm.
Gilet. Slays. Um, he didn't like no stone went unturned. Like I don't even know where to start. Like he brought up everything. So I think one of the main things that he said that was like really shocking is that her and Nick actually did not break up after
Oh,
they
wow.
ended their engagement. She basically said that he just didn't want to do the cameras anymore and that they dated
Mm.
for a month post filming, ultimately ended up breaking up because they weren't compatible, had differences. She felt like she was putting a little bit more into the relationship than he was, and ultimately ended. So that she said that scene that we seen, they went to brunch after. He said, "I love you. I still want to be with you." She shaded production in the interview. She said that Taco Bell scene that we see where she keeps like, "I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you," over and over again. She said the production was asking her, "Oh, we didn't like how you said that. Can you reshoot that? Oh, we didn't like how you did that. Can you reiterate that? Oh,
No.
we didn't like how you kissed Nick. Can you do it again and again and again and again?" And that's why we see that awkward like,
Oh, my
and
God.
that's why that awkward kiss, or that's why we hear her repeating herself. She was like, "I thought it was like a different take. I didn't
Yeah.
know that they were going to take all of those takes and combine them to make it seem like I brought it up 100 million times." I was
Mhm.
like, dang,
Yeah.
that's shady. Um, So
Do we
that
think we can trust her though?
no, because she
Oh,
did blow some smoke up our ass in this interview. And when I tell you, it was so good. Like, Gile was not letting her wiggle out of questions. Like, the beginning of the interview was like the serious stuff, the LGBTQ tough questions. Anthony Gile is part of the LGBTQ plus community, so he was letting her ass have it. And she was visibly uncomfortable. She was just kind of giggling and kind of awkward. Like, you could tell, and then they got into some fun stuff, but he really
yeah.
did like hold her accountable. Um,
Mhm.
so the one of the first questions he brought up all of RT. Like, it was just really good. Like, so they bring up the mic stuff, and like they were asking about the background checks, because we all know that
Mhm.
we broke a story on Annie. Some stuff came out about her background check. She said that production was very well aware of, and casting was very well aware of her DUI, of her cybercrime,
Mhm.
of her domestic violence. Like, she said she ran everything by them. She did give a
Mhm.
very different story than what her ex said about her. So if you guys
Mhm.
know, Annie's ex came forward, said that, she had a DUI and was on house arrest when he met her. She confirmed that that was true. She said, they were coming home. It was early. It was 7:30. It was New Year's Eve. She made a wrong turn, got a DUI. And then he also revealed that she allegedly got arrested for trying to access his cell phone records, trying to get access to his text messages and call logs. She says that that's not how that went down. She volunteered this information because Gile wasn't up to par on the XT.
Mhm.
So that was his version of events. The X. She said what happened was he lived with her. She paid the rent. He paid all of the bills. So her number was on his cell phone bill,
Oh, okay.
and that she went to the store to try and get her name and her number off of his bill and onto her own bill. She says that they're not supposed to do that, so she was able to convince them to take her name off the plan and put it on her own plan. And when they did that, they sent a text that said, "Thank you for changing your plan."
Mhm.
He allegedly called the cops at that moment. She decided to add in that the same cop that gave her her DUI is the same cop that showed up to the cell phone store.
Mhm.
I I I I don't know why that mattered, but she added that in, and
Mhm.
basically said that because he called the cops on her, she was charged with a cyber crime, and it's very serious in Colorado, and it did result in a domestic violence dispute, but that she was not trying to access his cell phone records. That was her version of events. I
Mhm.
think that's a little bit of bullshit, but that is what she said. He asked her about if she thinks Nick, the speculation about Nick
Right.
going online was true. She said no, that he's just very metro, raised by his mom, who is a hairdresser. He was like, he asked about the mom's comments. So his mom had her own speculations, and she's just like, she kind of just like kind of brushed those off, like, oh yeah, no, I just think Nick's metro. She kept saying he's clean. He's what did she say? Like, he's clean.
I
I thought that was very strange. And she kept saying, no, he's just clean. He's just a clean guy. I'm like, okay. He
I
asked about
I
her hair.
oh, I saw Anthony post a clip of when he asked about the speculation about Nick's sexuality, and her answer, and his face watching her talk was so funny. He was just like not buying a word she was saying. And
Yes,
I don't know,
absolutely.
are we still using the word metrosexual? Like, is that not like outdated? No, I know she used it, not you, not us, but
Yeah, yeah.
she used that word. I don't know if that's a thing, but I did see that clip where she said him using size queen was just a funny joke. So she doesn't seem in touch with reality a
Oh,
lot because
oh, Anthony said, oh no, size queen's very niche. Like,
yeah.
size queen is no. When I tell you that he did not let her hop,
Yeah.
skip, and jump. Like, he was like, oh,
Okay.
no, no, no. Size queen. He was like, well, because she was like, I don't think it's fair for the internet to judge his, they don't know him. And he said, no, well, it's actually fair game, considering, like, we can speculate about his sexuality because of what he said about the gay community. So it's fair game. And she was like, so he said,
Mhm.
size queen is very niche. And the fact that
Yeah.
his own mother had speculations, yeah, I think it's fair. Like, he did
Yeah.
not, like, he made it very, no, 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 size queen's niche. Like, nobody just uses that term. That
No.
he did so amazing. As far as the LGBTQ, she tried to kind of present it in a way that was like, oh, people were upset that I paused, that I had a pause. And he said straight out, he said, no one's upset that you paused. People are upset that you said that you would be disappointed if your child was part of the LGBTQ community. And she was like, I would never be disappointed. Of course I would love my kid. He read her statement back
Yeah.
to her. He read exactly what she said on TV back to her. He said,
Oh my God.
actually, what you said was, I can't tell you I'd be the first person to be like, yay. Does that not sense that that's a disappointment in some regard?
Yeah.
And she was like, and mind you, she's like nodding, like, yeah, yeah, like so uncomfortable. And he was
Oh,
like,
no.
he was like, is that not disappointment? And she said, no, it's not. And she said what she meant by that was that the queer community faces a lot of adversity and a lot of struggles. And like, she doesn't want her kid to face any extra struggles that they wouldn't have to face. So that's what she meant
Yeah.
by like, it wouldn't be a yay. So that made sense to me. She said she did apologize to all of her friends and family that are a part of the community if she caused offense to them. They talked about that for a long time. They talked about the Vile Files and her saying that over sexualization is a fad. She said that that's not what her and Nick were talking about. She said that they bonded on religion, and they were actually talking about what they were and were not allowed to watch, like growing up. Like they were allowed to watch like certain cartoons or whatever. And I guess Nick had said something about over sexualization on kids' TV shows and the idea of gay identity. And Nick kind of just apologized for his role in it, to where she said, she's wants to have the conversation. She wants to bring awareness to it. She's, and wants to take accountability for it. She said she actually reached out to PR when she was getting all of the backlash, and specifically asked for it to be brought up at the reunion, that she did want to address it. She did want to talk about it at the reunion, and that it was just brushed over, that they didn't bring it up. They didn't talk about it. So that was like kind of like the tough stuff. Like I think she did, she says she's an ally. She fully supports the LGBTQ community. And it wasn't a conversation she was prepared to have on camera, and she said like Netflix hyper focused on it when really they were just going through the list of topics that they're given. But she was thankful for the opportunity to talk more about it. Yeah, I mean, I thought that it was a really good interview. Like, no stone went unturned. They talked about Kate. She said that they focused more on Kate at the reunion than her, because they wanted someone that had animosity towards Nick. And she was like, I didn't have that animosity towards Nick, but Kate did. So they focused on her. She says we really didn't miss much of Nick and her's segment at the reunion. She said she does think that Nick on camera is very careful, very cautious. But in real life, he's a genuine person. She's closest to Madison, but then she also said she's cool with Casey because Casey's also a hairstylist. She said she turned down The Perfect Match because she is in a relationship for a year. She said that they didn't ask her that on the reunion, which she was bummed about, because she wanted she wanted everyone to know that. But yeah, I thought like Anthony even made a joke, because when she says she feels like she was giving a lot more than what she was getting, and Anthony was like, yeah, he does seem like a receiver.
Uh, he's so funny.
He's so funny, you guys. He's actually a comedian, so he made it was just such a good interview. He brought up her looking drunk at the reunion and being drunk throughout the season. She said that she should have wore less eyelashes, that at the reunion, like that they're in full glam, and her skin's very sensitive, and that she was sick at the reunion. So that's what she said. So yeah.
Did Anthony impersonate her? Because I saw him with a crazy wig on, but I'm like, was that Carrie Bradshaw? Or
Yeah,
was
no,
that...
he did an impersonation of Annie, which I thought was like really bold of her to go on his live, because he was not nice to her during the season. And I always appreciate when people can kind of just laugh at themselves. Like, we weren't very nice to Sophie, but she had, the courage to come on and like, tell her truth. But yeah,
Well, and I think it's
brought up everything. He brought up everything. Yeah,
I think it's crazy that they would go so far as to edit it a certain way, like Nick said, to agitate. They included that conversation about them being disappointed if that's how their kids were, but then they don't let them address it at the reunion. Like, that's not really fair, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't think they would have a good excuse, but I think if you're going to include that in the edit, then you have to give them a chance to at least talk about it at the reunion,
Yeah,
right?
she
Mhm.
even said that the clip on the Vile Files was edited. Like she said that, yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. Because the Vile Files, like they asked her about it, but then she was like, "Oh, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about like the over sexualization of kids." And she said that was edited. So
Wait, so the Vile Files is editing their interviews
that's
to
what she
change the
says. That's what she
question?
says. That's what she said. So he could, and it's kind of
See?
confusing because some of the times that she was saying Nick, like they were talking about the Vile Files, and I'm
Right.
like, is she talking about Nick Vile or Nick, Nick? You
Her
know what I
man.
mean? Her
Yeah.
man. But yeah. So I honestly, great interview. Every single question. There was not a moment of that interview where like it was. It was 38 minutes, and it took me almost 2 hours to get through it because I was like, oh, oh, that's important. Like, you know how there's sometimes
Yeah.
that's not important. Who cares about that?
Yeah, yeah.
There was none
Like,
of that. It was filled with tea. So if you guys want the real, like, uncensored questions, like, I don't know how the hell that got approved, but like
I don't think it did.
it was raw. And he did also say that he was supposed to do Anton, and then Anton ghosted him.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I think Annie possibly will be in trouble for this, but I don't know. Lives, I think, is a way for them to kind of get around that
yeah,
because they are not approving the cast to talk at all, most of them, which is why Annie, like, how crazy to be a main cast member, get engaged, and not be allowed to do podcasts, yet we have to see Madison and Megan on 30 podcasts. So
yeah,
it's really
yeah,
not fair the way they do that because we would love to talk to even people who didn't have a lot of screen time. So
yeah,
they
yeah.
just, they won't allow it. So
Yeah,
I say
I think you're right. The lives is the way around it, and it's also like not asking, right? Like you're doing, and
mhm.
I can tell you do get those certain cast members where you know that they're not allowed to talk, but they're gonna do it anyway because they have to protect themselves. The way that she threw production under the bus and said that's not what we were talking about. They clipped that to make it look like I was rambling and babbling. Like me and Nick
Mhm.
stayed together. Like, you know what I mean? It's like painting a narrative, which I think we all know to an extent. Like as reality
Yeah.
TV watchers, we know that. But I could tell she's like, I don't give a damn because
Yeah.
I think her addressing those LGBTQ comments were very important to her, and it was a massive part missing from the reunion. So I'm glad she did. She cleared it up as best as she could and gave her perspective. She did seem very nervous about it.
Yeah.
And, some of her answers didn't make sense. There were even moments where Anthony straight out was like, I don't think you answered the question.
Yeah.
Like literally was so good. He
Yeah.
straight up asked her, "Were you in like what was going on to where you thought Nick wasn't into you?" And she kind of like hop, skipped, and jumped. Gave like he was like, "You didn't answer the question." It was like, "Were y'all being intimate? Like from start to finish, were you being intimate?" And she said yes. She said they had a great emotional and physical connection. I think that's risky to ask somebody. I would never ask
Yeah.
anybody that. But she said that they had a really good physical and emotional connection. It seems like
Um,
her and Nick are great. So
I'm pretty sure when we interviewed our friend Bree, that's gonna be on Perfect Match, that we asked her, did she see Louis' Big Ben? So maybe we
well,
do
that
ask
was
her.
no, that was, you know what I mean? You gotta feel the vibe out, we was vibing, we was having girl chat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't giving that between Anthony and her. It
No.
was very much like, you didn't answer my question, was y'all fucking or not? Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was very, very different. I feel like, Louis brought up Big Ben a lot. He mentioned Big
True.
Ben a lot.
He started it.
He started it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we just it was appropriate in that
Yeah.
for me. We were
I
having girl talk.
I love it. We gotta do the hard-hitting questions. So, Anthony did a great job, it sounds like, so go
Great
check out his
job.
interview. Is it, like, posted on his YouTube?
It's on his YouTube. I
Or
think he has clips on his socials, but the whole thing can be found on his YouTube. You guys, it is of all the cast interviews that have come out, it was the best one for sure, by far.
maybe we should see if Nick wants to come and talk to us, but we'll say just don't ask. I think they're so worried to be sued, and I don't think that, the production company will go to that extent unless something they say is, like, super damaging to the show. I think they do their best to stop them from talking, but they only go to the like, I know they have some lawsuits going on, but those are with people that sued them first. So
100%.
I think
I
that
agree.
I think it's stupid of the production company to even try to stop them. All these interviews just get more interest going, even if they blame production and they blame the edit. People believe it, they don't believe it. Like I said, can we trust Annie's story? I don't know, but that's her truth. So I think they need to loosen the reins a bit and let us talk to some of these people because that's what gets the interest going. We don't
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
like the show and we enjoy the edit, but we want the real stories too.
I
That's
agree.
part of it.
I
So
agree. And I think like keeping these like super cute, super tailored, super like, a ribbon with a bow on it interviews is not doing the show any favors.
no.
Anthony's like he asked all the tough questions. No stone went unturned. He was asking about other people's tea. Like, you know what I mean? And I just think that that's what the viewers want to watch. Like they want to know, like they know that if they come on here, if I wouldn't even take an interview if they were like, you can't ask this, you can't ask this, you can't ask this, you can't bring this up. I'd be like, save it, because I'm not going to ask the same things over and over again. How did you
Yeah.
feel watching back that you refused to let him break up with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
do that. Like, the fact that the first
Yeah.
question that he asked, he was like, what was up with your hair? What's up with them extensions? Like, that was his first question. Like, it was fucking amazing.
That's what we
Like,
want to see. A real
yeah,
question. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what we want to know. So,
yeah.
okay, well, I'm gonna go watch it after, and you guys should too.
Yes.
Any other Love Is Blind
That's
updates
it.
for
That's
the
it.
day?
I know we've been rambling for 45 minutes,
We
but
love
it's
a
okay.
ramble.
We love a ramble.
Yes, our last episode had, I think, like 45-minute total ramble. So thanks for listening to that. We got our little feud going with the Wow Files, which is funny. So we need to get irrelevant merch. If I had more balls, I was going to ask Mary, can you call us irrelevant? Because I just want to be roasted by Mary, but we didn't ask her to do that.
Oh,
So
God. She was so fun. She was so much fun.
so fun. Well, should we get into the Real Housewives of Potomac now?
Yep. It was spicy.
Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 5. They are still on their trip on the little island. I forgot to remember what it's called.
Nevis. Nevis. Yeah.
Because the Salt Lake City Housewives are on a island or on a boat near an island, and I'm like, what are all these places?
Everybody's on an island except for us, okay?
Yeah. So true. We picked back up with the little dinner where Ashley called out Stacy for talking to Chris Samuels, and I thought it was gonna be like they advertised it as being this big blow up, but it didn't really turn into much. It was like I didn't realize Stacy doesn't even know Monique, so like
Yeah.
it's not a big deal, right? Like
Yeah.
she said, Chris Samuels was a friend. She doesn't know Monique, his ex-wife, so there's not really a lot of drama there. It's just,
Yeah. I agree.
yeah, they're both on the cast, but not at the same time. They don't know each other, so whatever. So then they
Yeah.
go back. Yeah, did you think there should have
I
been more of a
mean,
big deal
I
made?
think no, I don't. I do think that what I will say is that I do feel like that was a deflection, like to get the heat off of. Like Ashley was just trying to get the heat off, and we see them trying to do that so many times, and then Wendy like redirects it. So, I feel like that's what that was about, because there was
Yeah,
no
what
tea there.
they called her Captain Save-A-Ho for
Yeah,
Giselle, which was
yeah, yeah.
true.
That's the saying, Captain Savo. Yeah. You've never
Yeah,
heard
they were
that saying
finally.
before? Have you heard that
No,
saying
I
before?
have.
Oh,
I
okay,
have. I know what it
yeah. Okay.
I enjoyed it in this setting. I thought it was
Yeah,
perfect because
for
yeah,
sure.
they were just getting the tea on Giselle finally, who doesn't really open up about her personal life, and then Wendy had to cut it off, so it was like not good timing. But we end up hearing more about it later, so it worked out. They have a little cake for Wendy's birthday, and then Kiarna decides to go to bed. Now, Kiarna and Angel are very depressing. I'm like, I think Wendy says it later on, and I'm like, fine. I thought it was just us as viewers seeing this, but damn, they are like low energy downers. What is going on with these two girls? Because the rest are so much fun.
Girl, I'm sick of their shit. More so Angel than
Yeah,
Kiarna, because Angel to me is being so fucking fake. Like we've already seen her be like, "Oh, nobody talked to me in the airport." Clips to everyone talking to her. "Oh,
yeah,
everybody clips to this." So I genuinely felt like at cake night, okay, Kiarna, you're gonna go to bed because you don't want to celebrate Wendy. You have some weird one-sided beef with her. Go to bed. Boo hoo. Bye bye. Then
fun.
Angel seems to, what I thought, have a good time with the ladies, make light of her situation. They all laughed at, what, Giselle said. They're
Face app.
all, yeah, like they're, you know what I mean? We all use a little face app, do it at a 1 or a 2 that didn't look like you, girl. It is what it is. She didn't say nothing about your body. It was all about your
Right.
face. You clapped back. Everybody gave you your tens, gave you your moment. Like, yes, queen, clap back at her. Giselle was able to laugh at herself. You guys hugged it out. And then we see 5 minutes later, you go back to Kiana like, I did not have a good time. I am just still so upset. And then the next morning to be like, oh, well, I slept on it. And yeah, I'm mad.
That's what
Girl.
I didn't understand because yeah, the whole dinner call out was you use too much face app, you don't look like yourself. Why did this get into bodies and just having a baby and you don't look the same? Like they didn't say nothing about her body. Her body looks fine. They were talking about your face is another person's face and we don't recognize you on your pictures.
But yeah, I feel like Angel was embarrassed. I feel like, and so now when you're embarrassed, you want to get off the main topic, right? Just kind of like what Megan did to us about her baby news. She was embarrassed that she got caught calling the paparazzi on herself. So now you're going to make it about like, I feel so violated. Oh my God, these girls released this information about me. But so now you're trying to go into a topic where people are going to feel, sympathize with you, so
Mhm.
anybody could sympathize with you. So I don't know how it became about face app and you look unrecognizable to like, I thought you would understand because you're a mom and I just had a baby
Yeah.
and it was not about that at all. And I love that Giselle said that in her interview was like, I said face app. The picture
Yeah.
wasn't even of her body. We were talking about her. We were talking about the face app, which at the end of the day, you use too much face app. That picture did not look like you. I don't care what you have to say.
Yeah. Angel's reaction has made it like 100 times more embarrassing and cringe and worse because she literally could have just been like, damn, thanks for pointing that out. You're right. Like, I don't know who that is. Like, I had face app blindness. Thank you guys. But now you're crying and taking it so seriously that
And then
it's like,
hugging us, and then bringing up the next morning. And now at the end of the episode, you're still talking about, am I on the menu tonight? Like, girl,
but
you're
playing a
so
victim.
unlikable.
Yeah, and don't you want your friends to tell you that? Because if your friends are thinking it, everyone on your Instagram is thinking it. So
Just
thank them.
like Tia said. Tia literally was like, I really like Tia. Like she was like,
Yeah.
if I was, editing my pictures too much, I will want my friend to tell you. And Jazzy was like, you edit your pictures too much. And she was like, okay, thank you for telling me. Like literally she could, I did feel like Jazzy was being a little aggressive because I was like, why is she get like bucking up? Like, you know what I mean? And Tia was
Yeah.
very much like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
rather know.
Actually,
Like,
if I ever edit a picture too much, like let me know. Shit. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't even know you edit yours. You look
I
the same
sure
to
the
me.
fuck do. I sure the face app.
Okay, you can
Kiss filter level 1 might add a little volume to my hair.
okay, you can help me in Vegas and
I
you
I
can make
will.
sure I
I
don't.
will. I will help
You
you.
guys are gonna see our Vegas photos now and we're gonna have Hollywood 5 on and we'll be unrecognizable. No, you'll tell us though. You'll be
You
honest with
have to
us
tell
and
us.
tell us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just going back to this little they did like a truth or tequila. Is it weird that Wendy got a thing for braces? Because I just felt like if a man had said that, I would be calling the cops. So
Okay.
adults
Okay.
can have braces, yes, but
Yes.
braces are usually associated with high school kids. Is that
Mm,
weird? Is that
mm.
a weird fetish?
Some
Or
people
you didn't
have
think of it
some.
that way?
I actually didn't even think about it until you said it. I was like, because yeah, when you think about it, braces are childlike.
Young, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
ever I thought it
Yeah.
was
I didn't think about it. Like now I'm thinking about it because yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, in what way can braces be seen as hot? Like, I just think child when I see braces, right? Like, I mean, I have seen an adult with braces, but it's not the first thing you think of. It's like you're young and you're high school and
That's
you're
true. Preteen,
innocent.
teen. Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking if it was a
Mm,
group of husbands and one of them said the stripper had braces and I liked that, I'd be like,
you're
um,
right. You're
it
right.
was a weird, but
It
I'm
was
sure
a
she did
weird.
not mean it that way,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, nope. You know what? You're spot on. Yeah, it is weird. I didn't think about it that way. Now I think it's super weird because I'm trying to think of like what she could have met. So if you guys
Mhm.
can think of in the comments what she could have met, like, does
Yeah.
anybody have a racist fetish out there? And if so, like, is it correlating with preteens or teenagers in any way? Like, it's like, or how would it correlate to an adult? Save her,
Yeah,
save
like
Wendy.
yes, please save Wendy
Save Wendy.
'cause
Let us know because yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that's very strange. That's
yeah,
very
like I
strange.
just it's just related. Like imagine a man, like if you saw a man, I mean, I guess you probably wouldn't be into a man stripper, but a man stripper with braces, wouldn't you just feel like, oh, he's a little young for this? Like I wouldn't, I don't know. Adult braces must be a fetish. So if you've got that fetish, let us know that Wendy's not alone because I found it a little odd. So
It's odd. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
and I don't think anyone else admitted to liking or being like finding women hot, did they? Was
Tia
it
did.
oh,
Tia.
the Rachel Maddow thing, yes,
Tia.
that
Tia
was
did.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Is that your type or no?
I'm not into girls. Not one bit.
Not a little bit?
Not even a little bit. You know, one girl. Actually, I like. I find women very beautiful. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean. I've never been sexually attracted to a woman
right.
except for Ruby Rose
Oh, okay.
on Orange is the New Black.
Right. So,
Yeah.
is that kinda similar to, like, a Rachel Maddow look, though, isn't she? Or no?
I don't know, because I feel
Oh,
like
okay.
she's like and I wouldn't say sexually attracted because I wasn't like, "Ooh, I want to do her." I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she's a hot lesbian,"
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, okay, I've
But
seen her before.
it was her character on the show, right? She's like
Right.
tatted,
The
she's in
swag.
jail, and then she's stunning. But it's like when I
Yeah,
look
she
at her
is.
here, I don't feel sexual attraction. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
was like the
she's
character.
beautiful. It was the character. I was like, yeah, you seem
Yeah,
like very
yeah. See, I think
yeah.
for women, yeah, we can see like, find other women beautiful, right? And be like, "She's hot," but doesn't necessarily mean you wanna hook up with them, but I don't know why, it just feels, like, easier for women to find other women hot. Maybe men do too, and they just don't admit it.
Oh,
Maybe
they
they're
can't.
looking at their
Yeah, no,
friend.
yeah, they no. I don't think they're looking at their friends like they're hot. Like I think they would never admit it. But you know what? I have
No.
always said like Rihanna like always gave me like bisexual vibes. I don't know if she's ever
Uh-huh.
said that but I was like, if Rihanna ever wanted to like publicly date a woman and like she asked me out, I would do it. I don't even like women.
I support this, so if she ever
So
wants
if
to
she
dump that
ever
guy.
wants to dump her baby daddy and 4 children that she's most likely gonna marry, like I'm available.
Love it. I support this fully, so if anyone knows Rihanna, let her know, please,
Let her
'cause
know. Yeah.
okay, then what did the ladies get up to?
So
Oh,
we
you already mentioned the little morning time chit chat with
yeah.
Angel and Giselle. Then they all went to like poolside. It looked like they were
Mhm.
having snacks,
Mhm.
and the Debbie Downers, Angel
Yeah.
and Kiarna, just kept it going. So
Yeah, kept it going. Angel's still upset. Now she's all emotional. Okay. Calling her
yeah, it's
husband over everything. She keeps talking about her husband. He
when
sent her $5,000. He told her to put a stack on a horse. He told her this. He told her that. We got it. You got a man.
yes, she was definitely like it just
Flexing.
came from an insecure place.
Yeah,
Yes, of being like,
flexing.
okay, well maybe you guys and no one was even telling her she wasn't hot. They were just saying you use face app. She's being so dramatic, but
So
it's like you
dramatic.
guys think I'm not hot, but my husband does. Like and when she said he was gonna jump on a plane because he doesn't play about me, but then they showed the conversation and he was like he wasn't that mad about it. He was
He
kind
was
of
just
like,
dissing Giselle, like, right?
yeah.
Like, you know.
I feel worried because whenever a housewife comes on flexing about their man that's so obsessed with them, we always get a story come out. The mistress is watching that right now, being like,
I'm
"Oh, is
literally
he?"
waiting for it. And I don't pray on anyone's downfall. And I love seeing a
No.
beautiful black love. They have a seemingly healthy marriage. Sure, some tells me there's some skeletons. So
Yeah, whenever someone is being like that, like protest, like they say, protesting too much, then it's usually like trying to distract from something. But I agree.
Yeah.
They seem to have a beautiful relationship, and maybe we're just cynical because every time we see a woman say, "My man's the best," we see something bad come
I
out
think,
about
and
him. So,
I think it's also because Angel's being annoying. Like she's being fucking
yeah.
annoying. Like you're being fake, you're being annoying, you're being dramatic, you're overreacting. But most of all, you're being fake, and I hate a fake bitch.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and a lot of the women in the group are single and not single, but not married, and it feels like she's doing that on purpose
it's
of
her
like, "My
flex. It's
husband
her
this, my
flex.
husband that."
Well,
Yeah.
we've seen her say it in her
I
confessional. Like
got a husband, they're not that exciting.
but
It's not a
society
flex.
has made it a flex, like to be like, I'm married, you're not. Even if
Mm,
I'm married and miserable, like, you know what I mean?
right.
I'm married and you're not. But we heard her say it, like, I have a husband, she doesn't. So she
Yeah.
thinks that's like her biggest flex is that you have a husband. Good for you. I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than to have. Not to say that her and her husband aren't cool because they seem like they are, but you
Yeah.
know, that's like
Yeah, it
Ashley.
doesn't
It's giving Ashley, right? When she was like,
right.
I a wife like you single bitches don't understand. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's like your husband was no prize. So I agree. Whenever
Yeah.
someone's flexing their husband, it's like, oh, just be careful. It's like with anything. Whenever they're on
Yeah.
there flexing all their money and then something else comes out, they're actually broke. So it's just it's good it's fine to like be proud of your accomplishments or your husband or your money, but if you go too far, people if there are skeletons, they always come out. So I hope that
Yeah.
doesn't happen because yeah, they seem to have a beautiful relationship. So
Yeah.
then they go to see Alexander. I'm,
Hamilton,
not
eat the
from the
boring.
country. I don't know who that
Let's
is.
just, yeah, move along. That was cutesy. Ashley's kids were excited about it.
Yeah.
No thoughts.
Have you seen it's like a play, right? Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No,
I know.
I've not.
It's
I
like
feel like I've
American
heard of it.
is it a president or like what?
Girl, don't ask me. I'm not your history. I don't. American history is not my forte.
That's so funny. Yeah, so Wendy was a little sick. She seemed like she had a flu. Do you think she was
Oh,
just hungover or really sick?
I don't know. She seems like maybe she's coming down with something. We've seen her coughing and stuff. So,
True. And she got
mm,
kids, so you know how
yeah,
it is. I'm just waiting
full
for
of
that
full of
month-long cough I'm
germs.
getting. Yeah.
Full of germs.
When we started our podcast, I had a cough for like 6 weeks, and poor Ricky
Literally.
had to edit out every cough, and it was like every 5 minutes.
It
So,
was and
knock
she
on wood.
powered through it. Like I was like, "You want to go to the hospital?" She's like, "Nope, I'm fine.
No,
I'm
there
fine."
there was one point where one of our listeners literally commented like, "You have a bacterial infection. Can you please go to the doctor?" So I finally did, and then the doctor was like, "You have a cold. Go away." I'm like, "Well, 6 weeks is valid to go to the doctor. That's a long ass time to be sick, okay?"
Yeah, for sure. I
But
agree.
I think the gross part about having kids is that it was literally I wasn't just sick with one thing for 6 weeks. It's just like cold, flu, cold. You just get it all. So
Yeah.
one of these days, my immune system will catch up to it all. But every year they bring home something new. So yeah, she went off sick and then what? Oh, wait, that was so funny. Was it Stacy or who said no, it was Wendy when she said to liberty and beyond. She thought that was Alexander Hamilton that said that. And they were like, no, it was Buzz Lightyear. That's Toy Story. I'm like, Wendy has like 5 degrees. So that's kind of funny that she didn't know
That's
the
Buzz
difference.
Lightyear, actually.
Yeah.
And it was Infinity.
That made me laugh so much. I'm like, Wendy, you got degrees here, but I'm not. History is a tricky one. There's only
I
so much we can know. So,
Yeah, exactly.
then they had that little chat with Giselle about her man, and she didn't really give them a lot of details. She kind of did.
I
She
feel
said,
like Wendy was digging and she dug enough to let us all know that it's a little bit more serious than what Giselle's leading on. I think if
mm-hmm.
he's met the kids, and I think I could just tell by um Ashley's face that she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, is she going to answer this? Is she going to answer this?" I think it is a little bit more serious, and it's just like, yeah, you be up in all of our tea, so we about to get up into your shit.
yeah, I agree because like I've told you before, sometimes if they won't share their personal life, their spouses, their kids, and they're not allowed to be like a housewife. They're like a friend of, and Giselle's been on the show for I think since the start, and so she can maybe get away with that. But usually you can't have that serious of a boyfriend, like he's meeting your kids and you're not having him on the show. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they're like pressing her because they know like that's not really fair. We're all putting our divorces and everything else out here, and you aren't even sharing your relationship, so it's not real like reality, right?
Yeah.
But I get her wanting to protect it. She also went on the dating show back in the spring, The Love Hotel,
Oh,
and
okay.
so that's interesting because I think this was filmed right around the time maybe this was filmed when this aired, so I guess it would have been filmed before. But yeah, she went on the it's like what we were just talking about with Perfect Match. She went on the show single, but it seems like this guy's been around for a minute, so I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a
Yeah.
little overlapping,
Mm.
but
Mm.
they just wanna be on the shows, we get it, so
Yeah, you can't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
No, exactly. Yeah, but I thought it was a nice moment between the ladies having a
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
seems
They're
like they trusted each
finally
other a bit.
getting along. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. And then somebody wants to ruin that. Who? Kiarna told someone not to trust Wendy, right?
Wendy. Yeah, she
Mhm.
told Jazzy that, right? She told
Yes.
Jazzy not to trust Wendy.
Which they're already having a lot of beef, Kiarna and
Mhm.
Wendy, like having a hard time getting through the season. So they said Wendy's gonna be mad when she finds out that this was said. Do you think
Yes.
it's
I
gonna be
don't think
drama?
she's gonna be on an 8. I do think she's gonna be upset, but I think they've already alluded to the fact that Kiarna has said something. They weren't specific about it. So I feel like it's not gonna be a total shock to Wendy.
No.
I also do think that we got some more clarity on Jazzy's situation. She was like, "Oh, Kiarna said that my man had a kid on me, and that's not true." Because I think
Mhm.
both me and you were confused about the comment too. Because we were all like, she didn't say that she said some kids that were either there before
Mhm.
me. Like she didn't say after me, and she said before me. And so
Yeah.
and they kind of brushed over that. They were like, "Oh, was it one kid? Was it so what? It was one kid?" Like, and that we really didn't get a clear answer
No.
on that.
I kind I feel like this was part of last season, which I didn't see that one, so I don't know exactly. I know, like, it seems to me like they're alluding that he's cheated on her, right? That's definitely
Or had some babies
what
on
they're
her.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it sounded like she said he had babies on you, and she was like, not one, but so they're like, okay, so it was one, but not the other one. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's why Angel's trying to rub in her good relationship to her, but I mean, they all have stuff like this happen. I think if they get married, maybe they can move on from it. Or do you think once a cheater, always a cheater?
Once a fucking cheater, always a fucking cheater. If you're gonna forgive me for having a baby on you and still marry me, what won't you forgive me for? Why would
Yeah.
I stop? Like if I could have bring a whole nother life and create a whole nother home, a broken home, by the way. But if I could do that and you're
Mm,
gonna forgive me, what can't I do? Right? Like
yeah.
there's not
Not a
much
great start.
worse than that. Like so, it's like you know.
Yeah. There's, I don't, even if you say you can get over it in the moment, I don't know how you go forward with that and then have your own kids with this person knowing yeah,
I
I
know
don't
that
think she
people
should
do
trust
it.
him, but
I think people do it all the time. Like they think, oh well, my kids are like they rationalize with themselves, right? Well, he lives in the home with me, and I'm married to him, and this is his real family. That's not his real family. That's not his real kid.
mm,
But at the end of the day, it's still a sibling. It's the betrayal of it. You had a
yeah,
child while we were in a relationship, but like I
yeah.
said, men will only do what you allow them to do. So if it's like
hmm
if you're gonna allow me to still marry you and still continue a relationship even though I had a kid, what's gonna stop you from having another one?
Yeah.
Or two or three or four? What's your limit,
hmm
right? Oh well, I'm gonna divorce you if you have two more kids or three more kids. This one is
Yeah.
fine, but when you have another one, that's it. Like, okay.
Well, and imagine being with someone that's like a football player that's out traveling all the time, partying all the time, and then they've already cheated on you, and then trying to go forward in that. Like, you would drive yourself crazy, I
Yeah.
think. I
Yeah.
just don't think it'd
Yeah.
be worth it, but
Yeah, or you
good
just
luck to Jazzy.
or you just be quiet and accept the perks that come with it and know what you
Sure.
signed up for, which I think is ultimately what a lot of the women do. Like they're just like,
Mhm.
I know what I signed up for. I'm gonna accept the perks and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But if you're gonna do that, then
Yeah.
you better get you a little man on the side too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly. Only fair, right?
All's fair. Fair
Yeah.
game, bitch.
Exactly. Well, any final thoughts about this episode of Potomac?
No, looks like next week's gonna be a spicy I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a spicy one, and we're gonna get into the Jazzy and Kiarna and Wendy of it all, so,
Yep.
yep.
Well, I'm excited. I like this one. And yeah, stay tuned. Roni, which I love. So that one's only on Hey You, though. So you got to get Hey You to see the London Housewives. But back with our Married at First Sight recap. Big news over on that one. I won't spoil it, but we'll tell you all about it. We might do Squid Games if you guys want to see that one. And our Selling Sunset reviews are out too. So we'll be back next time. Thanks